Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Taurus. If Taurus is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. And so this is a bonus reading for you, Taurus. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please think about doing that. Hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next video is coming out. And it is free to subscribe. All right, let's see what this bowl of leaves has to say tonight. Okay. And so our card is the moon. It is from the Tarot deck, which I am super in love with right now. And, you know, I love the moon. I love the moon card. I love the archetype. I love looking at it. I love the goddess. I love, there's nothing I don't love about the moon. And it's actually, we're just about to hit that new moon. Ooh, look at that cat. Oh my goodness, you can see its face and everything right in here. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh la la, as they say. Okay, let's just keep going and then we'll come back. Come back and look. We have a tree, we have a cat. Is this Alice in Wonderland? What's going on? Okay, so all right, so we have it's sometimes so ridiculous how on point these images, these symbols can be. So we have the tree, okay? The tree has a face in it. You can see kind of up here. Eyes, we have the nose. It almost kind of looks like the Grinch a little bit, but it's some kind of face. It looks a little terrifying. It looks also quite beautiful. We turn this and we have the wolf, okay, the dog. Now we have in the card the tree. The tree kind of has a face. I mean, it looks a little bit like it. You see the eyes and the mouth. But then we have the dogs as well. We know this is a motif of the moon card. And so it just, you know, when I see them reflected in one another, I just think, my goodness, how does that happen? How does that happen? So anyways, we have the tree. And the tree it looks a little menacing. But I think that this is more about, I feel like it's like a reminder, like a core part of your life. If we think about the tree as being the center of all things in our life, as kind of a reflection of you know, all parts of our being, from the lower rooted system into Malkuth, that, you know, material world, our earthly presence, our corporeal body, going up into the many spheres of the different kingdoms, or, you know, different aspects of being spiritual, and you know, everything kind of in between, from the micro to the macro and back down, up and down, and it reflects one another. You know, when the leaves are off the tree, it very much looks like the root system, so it is reflected. And so I look at this, and this is a core symbol. It is coming from your very being. This is not some outward thing, you know, coming into your life and, you know, trying to scare you. But this is really an aspect of yourself that is quite commanding. Okay, this is something in you, something, not just in you. This is you, right? This is something, some part of yourself that you listen to. You stop and you listen. Okay. And I feel like it really is kind of, I feel like it's almost like somebody who has maybe spoken in your ear. They've poisoned your ear, as they like to say. They have spoken some kind of unkindness. They've tried to knock you down a little bit. They've spoken poorly of you. You know, whatever it is. And I'm sorry, the cat, if you can hear the cat crunching over there. It's getting close to bed. Last reading of the night, they know. They come out here and they're like, okay, all right, Mom. Let's get it going. But yes, so I feel like, you know, it's just something. Now, I know I'm reading for Taurus. Not, you know, nobody really. Maybe a couple, 1, 2, 3 people in your life can really affect, you know, you in a deep, deep, deep way. Usually it's, you know, it's like wipe that dirt off your shoulder type of thing. I don't care. I don't care what people have to say about me. You just do your own thing. But whatever this is, it really kind of just got in there. Okay. It threw you off a bit. It made you feel maybe a little insecure. Maybe it made you feel, I don't know, embarrassed a little bit. Maybe, you know, second guessing yourself. But then, you know, we have this archetype, and it looks scary. It looks stern. If you can really look at it up in there, it does. It looks pretty stern. And so I really think this is part of you just really like, hey, listen to me, look at me when I'm talking to you, you know, this kind of energy. And really telling you, remember yourself. Remember the pleasure it is to be you. Whatever you are, whatever many things you are, what a blessing that is. Whatever you aren't, whatever you will never be, again, what a blessing. Remember yourself. Do not let somebody wag their tongue at you. Do not take it to heart. It doesn't mean anything. So often people, I think, I imagine, I estimate, 99.9% of the time, hello, hello, TT, come here, my love. 99.9% of the time, people are talking to themselves. No matter what we're saying or doing with one another, so much of it is we speak to others because we're speaking to ourselves. The ill feelings, the bad attitudes, the jealousy, the hatred, the whatever it is, these are feelings people have that have nothing to do with you. They might be pointed at you, they might be thrown at you. It has nothing to do with you. So don't carry it with you. Okay, let it go. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. And then we have the cat, right? What a perfect symbol of individuality, of that I do what I do. I do what I want. I come and go as I please. If I want love from you, I will demand it. And if I don't, you're absolutely not going to force me, right? I will bite your hand. And so, I think this is so much the place that you come into. You just are. And this is the thing about Taurus. I really think, and I think, I don't know how other people talk about Taurus or read for Taurus, because I don't really watch a lot of other readings, here and there. But just because I have my own formulation of, I've obviously read about Taurus and things, but in my mind, every Taurus that I've ever known is such a unique individual. Sometimes very eccentric, very artistic, very just super innovative, and has the ability to really do anything with whatever is available to them, which is, I don't know. I just think I know quite a few people who have been into acting, into theater, into, painters and performance artists and musicians too. Taurus, all Taurus people. And just, somebody that it's hard for people to understand what they're doing. And the way they go about doing things, unconventional. Even the way, often that you all live your lives, your routines. Even with the moon here, I think maybe you're a night person. Maybe you are somebody that really comes to life in those early hours. As much as you're good at being around people, and you probably are pretty good at navigating groups of people, crowds of people. Maybe you're really good at like sales or, working with the public in some capacity. But you really are a person that has such a cultivated interior. It's not just, people say about the moon, it's about illusion, it's about distortion and misconceptions and these dark, shadowy things. Well, for me, yeah, some of that's true for sure. But for me, it's like, it's like being in the theater, when the lights go down and anything is possible and you are transported to some place, immersed in it. And, maybe it's so beautiful, so breathtaking, so divine, and maybe it is horrific, and maybe it's very scary, and maybe it's it feels a little bit dangerous, maybe it's all of these things. But you're really good at going to these other places. And you're really good at doing that without having a lot of, you don't need a lot of people involved. You don't even need to go to the theater. You don't need to go see some play or whatever. You have this interior life that is vast. It is detailed. It is just, something to behold. Okay. And I think that people might find you at times aloof. They might find you kind of almost like you live in a fantasy. Maybe like you're not very grounded, but I don't think any of that's true. I think that you just at times prefer to go to this place. You prefer to be out in the wild. You prefer to be that wolf, that dog, that wild thing running in the night. You cannot tame that spirit. And I think that in this period of time where, some people will just go all the way out of their way to try to say something to you, to get to you, to kind of penetrate, the perceived walls. They perceive you to have walls. You're too confident. You're too, far out there. You're too talented or whatever it is. I don't know if it's jealousy or they just, You know, it's like they don't perceive you as like a real person, or, you know, maybe you are like a performance, you perform, or you're a content creator, or whatever it is. But, or it could be family. I mean, family's usually the worst at that, right? But, you know, just for whatever reason, you know, people will just go way out of the way to try to make you feel some type of way. And it's unnecessary. It really, I don't know. I don't know what it, I can't imagine what it's like to exist that way. To spend your time looking for opportunities to make people feel bad, make people feel insecure, make people feel uncomfortable. I don't know. I don't get it. But there are a lot of people. I mean, look at the internet. You know, it's a hellscape of it. So, you know, I think in this time, for whatever reason, this person or people or whatever, you know, just, I feel like ignore it. That's all at the end of the day, ignore it. Stay about your work. I know that you will. And I think it's such a beautiful time of, I mean, really, I was, you know, I look at this bowl and I just think about, you know, going into these places, the visualizations, the ability to just create something so almost effortlessly, to live a life that feels, you know, so potent at times. What a rare and beautiful talent and gift that you have, you know. So let's see, we have a fish right there. Abundance. Immediately. Oops. There goes my pointer. Oh, I changed my set, so I don't. This one's not a good one. I used to have the little black sticks I could use. So I'll just point. I'll point with my fingers. So we have the fish, abundance. Whatever you're working on, it's coming in abundance, okay? And then we have some kind of monkey. It almost looks like the baboon, which makes me think there's that Thoth energy, the god of magic and science and a lot of other things, writing and so on. Definitely, I feel like through this, really, there is a focus on formulating some kind of magical act, or maybe some kind of ritual ceremony, something meaningful. Okay, and it doesn't have to be overtly magical or occult or religious or anything like that. This could be a creative endeavor, but it's so, it has that spiritual alchemy. It has that, like, you know, blood of life in it, that spark. And I think that it's going to be quite successful for you. Okay, whatever that looks like for you. If it's monetary, if it's just getting the thing done, if it's something that feels complete for you, and that's what really, you know, yeah, yes. Okay, so let's take a look at the Cincy Child Affirmation cards. I'm just going to flip through this and stop where it feels right. And I just like to do these little affirmations at the end. And it says, I am intelligent and make decisions that serve my purpose. There you go. You are. Oh, yes. An intelligent Taurus. That is true. That is a truth. I don't deal in a lot of truth, but I don't believe in empirical truths, really. I like things to be a little more fluid and absurd than that. But the truth is, an intelligent Taurus, a creative Taurus, a divinely inspired Taurus. I imagine, you know, if anybody is going to be kind of that like Enoch, or, you know, the bringer of the word, through some kind of art or beautiful writing or something. It might be a Taurus person. It really might be. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and say thank you so much for spending this time with me today, Taurus. It is always such an honor, and I feel super honored when you visit me for these bonus readings. If you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel so much. And if you would like the, I already said that. If you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next video is coming out. And it is free to subscribe. So liking the video, subscribing. And if you want to leave a comment, please do. I read them all. They mean a lot to me. And if you have a small business, a service to provide of some kind, or a channel on YouTube or on a different platform, if you go into the community section on this channel, there's a post. It should be the most recent post. And there's a place for you to, link or put the name of or whatever in there. You can comment it, and it's just a little kind of bulletin board. Somebody called it a bulletin board. It's like a little bulletin board of different services and things of people who come to the channel here, people who are part of the community. And I have this little platform, this little tiny space on the internet, and I feel like, I feel very passionate that you all support me, and you support my husband over at Dove and Serpent Tarot. He has the same post, so you can go over there and do the same over there. But you all support us, you support me, and I want to support you. Okay, and if I, in some little way, can help you grow your business a little bit, or get, at least one person over there to check you out, I want to do that 100%. So here comes TT. That means it's time to go. It's time to get in bed. It's time to turn off the lights and get cozy. Right, TT? Huh? You want to say hello? Oh. All right. So, Taurus, I love you. We'll talk in a few days. Take care of yourself. Stay warm. And if you're in the southern hemisphere, stay cool, because it's probably really hot, I imagine. I always say I imagine it's hot. I never look at the temperatures. But I do. I imagine it's pretty warm down there wherever you are. So stay cool. Did you just burp? This cat just burped in my face. You just drink a bunch of water. Sometimes she just drinks all this water. She gets all full of air, don't you? All right. Love you. Bye-bye.